bag. I had the Zpacks. I don't remember what size this was now. You have like, I think 2 different, I don't know if it was sizes or shapes, but this is just the square one. Maybe it was the large. Could have been the large. So this lasted, this comes with, this is the Zpacks, it comes with a slickline cord, 50 feet slickline cord, and it comes with a little rock bag. Now I'm not sure what I did with my rock bag. I know I have it somewhere, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. But this, some people have a lot of issues with these, like it having a lot of holes in it. Mine lasted really well. Like I have, this was just for, this wasn't a hole, this was so I knew it was mine. I had 2 holes in this. This one right here happened in Maine. During a campfire, one of the ashes flew over and burnt a hole in it. Very careful about that. This one, I think it was my stove or something sharp just poked a hole through it, and it was a small hole, nothing big. Besides that, I had, back in the Shenandoahs, my clasp broke off. And so I just took some floss and flossed that thing back on both sides. Oh no, it was this side that fell off. So you can see it's just held on by floss. And that's surprisingly lasted from Virginia to Katahdin. Velcro is good. It was just that one thing that broke. It broke on me when I was using a bear pole in the rain. It was not the best day. So the slick line, I found that it works really well. It doesn't work very well. No, I take that back. It worked very well. It just knotted really easily, and I really hated that. So as you can see, this is just one huge knot right now. I ended up sending this home and getting just a regular non-slick line. I think it was from Walmart. It was like a couple bucks because this one got stuck in a tree, had to cut it. It was no longer 50 feet and it was too short to do a regular bear throw. The little teeny rock bag that comes with this is the same material. It's about this big. It's got a little drawstring in it to close it, cinch it. I had a lot of issues with that drawstring coming loose, so I had to tie it onto the rope and then tie it again. On both sides of the rope, so it wouldn't come loose and the rock wouldn't fly out. Eventually, the things kept popping out. There's like a little cinchy thing, like a, I forget what that's called, like a little cinchy thing. It kept popping out of there. Eventually, the whole thing fell out, and then I just had a rock bag with no strings that was useless. So I just ended up tying my string to a rock and throwing it over, and it was fine. So besides that, the rock bag had a lot of wear and tear. I had quite a few holes. It wasn't as well built and sturdy. Didn't last as long. Alright, everything that was in my camp kitchen. Started off with the Toaks. This was the Toaks Titanium 750 milliliter. Great pot. It's got the markings in there in milliliters and ounces. Very nice. Also has a lid with it. I'm not sure what I did with the lid. Oh, you can see the markings out here as well. This happened to me during a bear hang when the tree branch fell down, almost hit me in the head, instead squished my pot. So I kind of kept it as a nice little reminder that, hey, I didn't die. Love this pot. It did hold on to a lot of like crusties when you're cooking, because I started off not cooking in my pot. I ended up cooking in my pot a lot, like every night. And I didn't wash it every night, but that didn't really bother me. I had the MSR Pocket Rocket 2. This held up very nice. Its downside is wind. Really, really windy days, it doesn't do as well. A lot of the flame just goes sideways and it takes longer to boil my water. But it packs down really nice. It was really durable. Didn't have any issues with it whatsoever. Probably be using the stove for a while after. I had the Sea to Summit X Cup. It is, you can use it for hot liquids as well as cold. So I use this in my coffee a lot. I really love this. Breaks down really nice. The only thing is if you don't dry it, it can get really gross. And it was also on the very bottom of my pack, or my my bear bag, and it collected a lot of crumbs. So I ended up putting it in a plastic bag. This looks kind of gross right now too. Packs down nice. When this is circular like it's supposed to, it fits perfectly in there. Very nice. Now it no longer fits since it's squashed. I started off, this is still dirty, so still haven't washed it. I started off with the, I think it was the Toaks. Either Toaks or Sea to Summit. It was a titanium spoon with a polished end, long spoon. Love that thing. I ended up leaving it at a hostel, and so I had to pick up something different. My mother shipped me this one. It is I don't know if that's UCO or UOO. I think that's UCO. You see that? It is a knife, spoon, and a fork. You can pop it together like this. It also turns, no, wrong way. Goes this way, and it could become a long-handled spoon or a long-handled fork, whatever you want to use. I didn't do it that often because I mostly ate out of my pot, and it fits nicely in there. Good height. The only thing I hated about this was this right here, the logo. I don't know if you can see that. Don't know why it's not focusing very well. Well, the logo and this little hole. Well, I apologize for it not focusing. Well, this little hole collected a lot of food. You can still see some grossness in there, and it was really hard to clean out. So I carried a little teeny sponge with me, maybe about that size, that I used to clean my stuff when I got into town. I started off with a Talenti. Jar. This is not the Talenti jar I started with. This is a nice one. I used it for some cold soaking. I used it for overnight oats. I used it for if I had like a shake or something. And then I'd shake it up in here, really nice. This also fits into the 750 liter pot. This is without the lid. It's in there even when it was kind of crunched up. I ended up ditching this before the 100-mile wilderness. Note to self, do not put any hot liquids in this. It will melt. It will melt really bad. I put something hot in here, the whole thing kind of melted. It just wasn't very pleasant. I ended up not using this as much near the end, so I didn't need to hold on to it. But if you're just cold soaking, this is a good jar. This is the Talenti brand jars. In the beginning, I also made a koozie, whatever you want to call it, for my pot. It's nice. I also had a lid. The lid got squashed, got ruined. This, I spilled some food in it a couple times. I didn't end up using it that often, so I just got rid of it. I also had a pouch koozie, which just got really disgusting, and I ended up not really liking the koozies as much, so that didn't work out for me. And they were really hard to clean when you spilt stuff on them. I just used a BIC Lighter. This one got crusty mashed potatoes and stuff in it, so it doesn't really light as well. The other ones I've used light really well, really easy. Had this the entire thing. It still has fuel in it, so there's a lot of fuel in these. I used the CNOC bag 2-liter. Really love this thing. A lot of people had issues with pinholes in it. I had no issues whatsoever. It did not leak at all, did not bust. Held up really nice, no broken spots. It's just really gross looking now, which that's just a cosmetic issue. I also bought this from CNOC. This is the little adapter that screws onto here. Screws onto here, and then you just take a smart water bottle or anything that will fit nicely, and you screw it on there, hang it up like this, and it becomes a gravity system. I only did that about 2 or 3 times. I mostly used this piece, which I absolutely loved. It's only a couple bucks, to put on my Sawyer Squeeze as a backflush filter. So I just put like a smart cap water bottle in here, because I found out the lids that come with these leak water really bad. So if it's just laying there and you got water, it's gonna drip. So I replaced it with this lid. You can also just replace it with the regular water bottle lid. That works as well. So this just screws on the clean part like this, and you hook up your water bottle to it, and you squeeze the water bottle through, and it back flushes it. I feel like this had a lot more pressure, worked a lot better than just taking, like, you can take one of these caps with your water bottle on it and hook it up here, which works okay. I didn't like that. It didn't work as well. You'd have a lot of water shooting out. This, on the other hand, I really enjoyed this. It was just like, it's really lightweight, really small. Doesn't really matter that I'm carrying it. And I think that is all of my kitchen gear.